Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel, and thank you so much for being here. If you are a regular subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you. There are so many channels out there, and the fact that you really resonate with the work that I do means so much to me. And for those of you who have become clients, who have actually gotten an opportunity to have personal reading with me, which does not involve cards at all. It's all straight up mediumship and channeling, so we have just direct spiritual communication. I am so glad that these readings have really made such an impact, that you tell me that they make such an impact on your life, where things are moving forward, where you get the clarity, where you get the confirmations, where you were just shocked and surprised, out of a lot of the details that came out in these readings. I never take my work for granted. I try to be a healthy skeptic as well. And when you guys email me and follow up and let me know how you were affected by the reading and what it helped to revalidate for you, I mean, it's so awesome. It really is. It means everything to me. And for those of you who have also been able to get cleared by me, I'm a very unique remote spirit extractor. I'm a specialist. So I get those cases normally where, say, someone might have tried other clears, or someone might have called in a priest, to do a clearing or a blessing, whatever the case may be, and they're still having problems. Some people don't even go that route. Some people are just directly guided to me too. But I handle those cases, a lot of bad ones, let's just say. And my work, the way I do my work, I'm able to do it all over the world, which is really great because I don't have limitations in that way. So I don't need to say, drive to your location and pack up my ritual gear and do it in that way. All the work that I do is remote work via my light body and the abilities that I have from my light body. So we're talking about my higher abilities, as an advanced soul, to be able to do this. So it's a twofold mission in my case, where I'm that spirit communicator, spiritual communicator, but I also happen to be someone who is a part of the supernatural and the paranormal in that sense, where I'm able to help if you have interferences. Some people have attachments, who believe they're under possession or know someone who's under possession. For those who are experiencing psychic attacks, things like that. These are cases that I have to look into. Sometimes they may take some time. I can't just jump into clearing. I need to see if it's in the best interest for me to step in. There are universal laws that I have to be aware of. I also have to find out if there's anything else that might be, keeping me from stepping in, if there's rituals or anything that I need to know about. I always ask Archangel Michael, who I work with very, very closely. But I also have my powerful team of light along with Archangel Michael. If you have contacted me about a spirit extraction, please forgive me if I haven't gotten a chance to get back to you, if I haven't gotten a chance to scan it yet. I get a lot of these, and people don't realize what goes into it and the energy that goes into it, and the fact that, when it's that severe and that negative, that heavy energy, even through devices, I will feel it physically. I will have to, deal with that. And that's why it's so important. When I'm going to be talking about this next subject to help you guys daily, and this is why it's so very important to protect yourself. Okay, energetic protection, energy maintenance. It's invaluable. It truthfully is. Like with the work that I do, I have to make sure that I'm always, shielding to the best of my ability, taking care of my energy, rebalancing and regrounding, because the paranormal and the supernatural is not easy, guys. It is not easy as you would imagine. But that's going to lead me into this video. So just want to say, if you are interested in services, if you would like to inquire, if you would like to have a reading, to speak with your angels, your guides, loved ones on the other side, if that comes through, again, no medium can say exactly what will happen in that particular session. If you're a twin flame, if you're a non-twin flame, it doesn't matter. I'm a reader for everyone, but I happen to be someone who understands the twin flame path very well. I'm a twin flame myself, so it's just an added bonus that if you are a twin and you are really guided to reach out, you need some help, you need to understand what's going on. Am I crazy? Is this real? Is this what I think it is or what I feel it is? How can I work with this journey better? What am I possibly missing? What is my life purpose? So all of those types of things, I'm here for that. And of course, with the clearing that I talked about. The paranormalpriestess.com, all of my contact information, what I have so far, I'm going to leave that in the description below. Whether or not I'm going to end up going on to other medias, such as Instagram, I'm tossing it around. I'm really not sure yet. Spirit has to really guide me. But right now, you can find me on my website, definitely to inquire. I'm on Twitter. I have 2 Twitter accounts, one for the YouTube and one regular Twitter account. I also have my Facebook page. So those are my ways of contacting me. So following me, that type of thing. So again, I'm going to leave that all in the description below. Okay, so I definitely want to talk about, shielding and what I'm seeing out there. More so what I'm reading out there, but I'm also seeing it because I see it around people too. What people are doing, what they might be missing. I did do a couple of other protection videos on this channel which go more into depth, and I definitely say those are worth taking a look at and start bringing in those things. But this one is more for daily usage, and I want to bring out using white light protection and how so many people are still believing in the misconception that white light protection is like the protection. We usually read about it. We've heard about the white light. It's just well known out there. I remember years ago I was talking on internet radio and podcasts when I was interviewed and shared about the white light and all those things, and I had to get my ass kicked. Let me tell you guys, as you would imagine with the spirit extractions, I would have to get my ass kicked to really learn about what works, what doesn't work, connect with my team, and I've also learned some things from other mentors, that came along on my journey, so I'm really grateful for that. Right? I might be a teacher, but I am always learning. I'm always willing to learn, and that's so very important. I never claim to know everything. I never will, because I'm here having a very unique journey, a spiritual journey, and I'm here since Earth is a school to take in as much as I can. So I do want to talk though about what's going on with the white light. And as you can see, if you are new to the channel, you wouldn't know, but if you're a regular watcher of the channel, I made this all gold and blue, which is really, really relevant to what we're going to be talking about. So let's talk about the white light. Okay, this is not going to be a very long video. I just want to kind of come in and come out with this information so you have it. If you want more in depth, I do have the other protection videos. But the white light, yeah, I've learned about that when I was taking Reiki, learned it, and of course, Wicca, the craft about the white light. And I have to tell you guys that the white light is definitely not what I would recommend to protect yourself daily. Not at all. First of all, you do want to protect yourself daily. I do recommend that, morning and night, I would say, would be the standard there. Sometimes it depends on where people's consciousness levels are with that. But as a standard, morning and night, check with your team, though. Check with your team if you need maybe once every 3 days or even once a week or whatever it's going to be, okay? But let's just stay with the daily protections just to, be sure of it. The white light is very blinding of a light, okay? It's very masking of a light. It's universal light as well. When you're filling up with white light, I have to say it has this fact where you're just not able to perceive. You're not able to perceive. That's the thing. It's very unconscious. So you're not going to be aware of actually what's going on with your own energies. Okay, because you're just making yourself very. It's like trying to tune in to, say, a radio station, and you're getting like just a bunch of white noise and not tuning in right, and like that's the type of protection that we're talking about. It's just blurring you out. It's dangerous though when you're unable to tell what's going on with your own energies, and the fact that it's also an unconscious light. It can be useful in some ways for people who do understand how to work with it, and they are very adept types of, we'll say, channelers. Because this type of light actually is a very unconscious light, it gets you to kind of leave your body in a lot of ways, okay? And, so that way you can kind of allow spirit to kind of go, within. And the thing is, you have to be really careful there, because if you're using this type of unconscious type of light, you can't really tell because it's so blinding as to what the real situation is with your energies, or what the situation is, because it's such a blinding effect. A whiteout that goes like snow, like a snow blizzard, be having a whiteout effect. Oh my gosh, I'm blind, I can't see, right? Lots of scary things can happen. Lots of scary things that can happen when you're doing that. You could be open and vulnerable to different types of beings and entities using this light, using this light, using this universal light as fuel. I know a lot of people don't talk about this. They never talk about how just wonderful it is to use the white light. You should be using the white light. And I don't know if I'm going to be unpopular for this. I spoke to another teacher who teaches about protection, also a twin flame, works with the Ascended Masters. I spoke with her recently, what a wonderful woman, very knowledgeable as well, and she absolutely was in agreement with this. I wanted to see what her take was, with this too. And the thing is that, the white light is not the greatest protection. You are not able to tell what's going on. You are unconscious. This white light is also not able to truly shield out your energy fields. Okay? If you're going to work with protection, I absolutely, instead of using the white light, I want to mention something else about the white light. Say if you're trying to connect with someone in a positive way, right? The thing is that you're whiting out everything. You're blinding out everything. So you're actually preventing yourself from having a good connection with someone as well. Having a good spiritual connection. Too much white out, too much white, it's not a good idea. So I would rather see people use the gold, definitely, over using the white light. Okay, so we'll end up talking more about, the rays, the color rays, and things like that as we go on. And, I'm consistently learning things too. But the gold light, think of the sun. Think of the God light. Think of the Christ light, which is this gold color. Gold would be wonderful. We also have blue. Okay, so we kind of have this in here. And as you see, it gives it like a gold and blue. You can use gold and blue together. Yes, you can layer them up. You can bring in violet. Violet is another really fantastic color, fantastic ray to use. So gold, blue, violet. But please, these are so much better than using the white light. I definitely have had clients where they were still having a lot of issues going on with them, and they had been protecting themselves with the white light. Okay, so it's important to realize that. I also tend to get people who use sage a lot. Now, I do like sage for some things, so I'm not putting sage down. Sage goes back to the Native Americans, certainly, used a lot of sage. Sage is great for cleansing, cleansing a space, and in a lot of ways cleansing your own energy, your residual energy and things, emotions and thoughts. You could help to cleanse with sage. But the things that people, they have to realize, it kind of works like the white light in a sense, because when you're using sage, what that also does is kind of like whiting out the space. So if you're not filling that space back up, if you're not filling that void, filling it back up with something, bringing in that positive energy, bringing in a color, bringing in a ray, bringing in the positive intentions, putting that in the space, what that can do is make a lot of things worse too, because it actually allows a vacuum to happen and it allows things to come right back into the space. It can invite even more things in the space, as a matter of fact, too, when we talk about entities. So, you got to be careful with that. If you're going to use sage, make sure that you're using it and then you're filling that space up with something else, or it's just going to be like using the white light. Okay, you want to be able to fill it up. I like Palo Santo. I honestly like Palo Santo for many reasons. I like the frankincense family. I like to use that even more so than sage these days. But certainly if you have something severe going on, like, you feel like there's demonic stuff going on, satanic stuff, luciferic stuff, that kind of thing happening, sage and white light, no. It can make matters a lot worse, and I've definitely heard that from people where it's made things worse. Okay, you really want to change that. Gold, blue, and violet. You can layer them. You can put that all together if you'd like. And here's the thing: when you're doing this on a daily basis, you want to be able to protect your full existence. Lots of people miss this as well. When people put a protection, they're just visualizing that it's there. They're saying, okay, I'm now visualizing this, whatever this particular, force field of light or this shield is. But they're forgetting about their placement. Where exactly are you applying it to you? And do you understand just how vast you actually are? Because lots of people are only applying it to their being, and your being is your multidimensional bodies, your auric field, your chakras. Is that the only way that you exist? No. Do you exist in other dimensions? Yes. Do you exist in other timelines? Yes, you do. So to really give yourself more of a higher and broader protection, what I often remind my clients to do, especially if you're having to get spirit extractions, or I just got done, clearing your case, you want to make sure that you are applying this protection throughout your full manifest or throughout your full existence, and understand what that means, what the intention is behind that. What the intention is that you're protecting everything of you, all your multidimensional bodies across all dimensions and timelines, all your soul spaces, everything. And that you're also not only forgetting to shield yourself, but if you have a twin flame beloved, you're also applying that same protection to them. And you don't want to forget your physical space, your common space. You don't. But believe me, with the work that I do, you don't. You want to make sure that that is also filled up and shielded. It looks great just as it is. And with the gold and blue, you could use that. You could think of Archangel Michael's blue, which is a very powerful psychic protector. The blue ray, think of Archangel Michael. You can add in the fire element with that, which I do recommend. And that gold Christ light. Intend that it's Christ light. Intend that it's God light. That powerful, powerful light. So much better than white light. I hope that more people will start getting used to working with, the color rays, and understanding that the standard protection that we have learned about is just not enough. It isn't. And we also have to, talk in terms of like even extraterrestrial type of beings and what that protection is going to be when you have that to deal with. Yes, with that, is white light really going to be enough to protect you from galactic attacks? Take it from me. No. Sage? Could you throw sage? No way. It's just no. So I really want to get people every day, to think about this, especially those who are healers, those who are readers, those who do, spiritual work in any way. It's just so very important to be able to understand, understand protection. That it's crucial, especially as we go on, with the world and how things are, and we open up more spiritually and be how to do it so that way you're correctly doing it and it's, you're doing it the best way. I want to also let people know when you're doing the shielding and protection, think to yourself about uniting with Source, merging with Source, merging with your higher self, merging with oneness. We're merging with oneness. That's the above seventh chakra. That's above the seventh ray. You are merging with oneness, coming out of duality and into oneness energy, unity, unified source energy. And that unified source energy, guys, that's where you're untouchable. That's where you're untouchable to these dark beings. That's the best protection when you're merging with Source, with unity, when you're unifying with the vastness of your soul and the vastness of the divine. That's the way to do it. And certainly it goes way beyond, the white light. For those of you who are empaths who have to deal with this day in and day out, haven't forgotten about you. I get this a lot too about people who just can't take it when they are around certain people. Every day they're picking up other people's emotional energy. Those who are also healers and things like that. Help. What do I do? Yeah, it's tough being an empath. It really, really is. I am an empath, but I'm not as much of an empath as my divine masculine is. He's more of an empath than me. But I've certainly developed more of that empath ability since connecting with him. But yeah, empath, you want to definitely make sure, first of all, that you're setting your boundaries. So setting your boundaries does absolutely include shielding properly. For a lot of empaths, see what works with you, see what resonates, ask your team. But I get a lot in readings about using the blue ray, using the blue. Archangel Michael talks about using blue. That this would be absolutely great for those who are having issues with taking on people's stuff, to use a blue shield. Again, you can use the blue fire with that. So shielding, every day is very, very important. Setting your boundaries. Setting your boundaries with people. If you know that someone's toxic, if you know you have to deal with certain toxicity within your life, is there anything that you could do to set your boundaries? What can you do? Right? Knowing your boundaries there, that's also helpful. Understanding when it's your stuff versus somebody else's stuff, and saying, okay, you're not going to hang on to it. You're cutting the cords, you're disconnecting, you're clearing and disconnecting, that you are affirming, you are releasing anyone else's emotional energy. Because what that can do is, if you're taking on other people's toxicity, right? I mean, that becomes dis-ease. And before you know it, if someone's consistently doing that, it will affect them in every single way. It's going to affect them obviously emotionally, it's affecting them mentally, and it can become a physical disease. It can manifest as a physical disease. So, everything is energy. We live in an energetic world. We have to, become aware of that and use tools. The other thing that I wanted to also bring up for daily protection is people who are leaving their channels open, people who are leaving their chakras open, especially those who are mediums, who haven't really embraced it yet. Talking to you guys, definitely, because I have this come up time and time again in readings where people are having their space filled up with all these different souls and these entities. We have angels here, we've got malicious souls here, we've got demons hiding out somewhere on the walls, not really active yet. My God, what I see, even just by connecting with people just this way, I see it. And we have to realize about portals and being an open portal ourselves. Okay, also opening up portals within our spaces without realizing it. Okay, that's, oh my God, super, super important. All right, now I don't know how long this video is going to actually be, but I need to get these points across. So just bear with me. The thing is that for those of you who have abilities, and if you're watching this right now, I know that you have an ability, if not more. You have talent, you have gifts. Perhaps they're untapped. You don't know your potential yet. Maybe you're not sure. Maybe you're not trusting it quite yet. But you're thinking, it's there. It's happening more and more. I'm having these experiences more and more. See, that's where you guys are the most vulnerable. You're the most vulnerable with, I hate to say it, but you're most vulnerable with attack, with psychic attack, picking up other people's emotions, opening portals up within your home, having attachments, trusting the wrong people. You guys are, vulnerable in that way until you learn. Make sure that you have the controls of when you open up your channels, your chakras, your doors, and then intentionally close them. Okay? When you're out and about in the day, you're shopping, you're doing your daily grind, don't leave yourself open. Okay? You may not have embraced that you're a medium or a psychic or intuitive or whatever it is, empath yet. But guess what? There are other energies out there. There are people's projections. There are other beings that are out there that are connected to other people. They see you. They recognize you. They know you're open. They know you're sensitive. They know you're a medium. And so you could be taking home their stuff. You can be taking home their attachments. They could be taking pieces of your energy. They could be stealing parts of your energy, of your essence. So, not to put anyone in fear, but if, sleeping at night, you don't want to leave your door open, right? Of course, you're gonna close the door. You're gonna make sure everything's locked. Even your car, you're gonna make sure, okay, it's locked. Boom, right? We're all about security these days. We got 2, 3-step verifications, right? We want to make sure we're secure. But the same thing goes for your energies. Make sure that you're closing down. It's with intention. You can visualize all doors closing. All the way down, all your chakras. Intend that you're sealing up those chakras, that you're not remaining open portals, open channels. When you do your spiritual work, then you can open them back up. Doing your meditations, you can open them back up. But when you're done, it's like when you're leaving somebody's place or you're leaving your own place or need to close the door in the car, you're doing that. You're closing everything down. That's really important. In this case, I would do a cleansing. You can cleanse with the violet fire. You can cleanse with Archangel Michael's fire. You can even use gold light if you'd like, and then close everything down. Cleanse, clear, disconnect, cleanse, shut everything down, close everything off, we're done, and then bring up Mother Earth's energy and bring it up into your heart space where heaven meets earth. Bring all of that up. You're balancing, you're grounding, you're bringing up life force energy. Okay, you're giving yourself vital force energy. So that way you are not going to be drained. You're not going to be left like, lethargic. But I get a lot of people who are getting drained. They're getting drained from people. They're getting drained from doing their spiritual work. They're getting drained from being healers, being readers. They're getting super, super drained. So, those are good tips. And before I end here, I also want to mention a pretty cool tip. This one was brought to me by actually a healer that worked with me some time ago. And he also happened to be a medium himself, healer and medium. And he mentioned that. He mentioned actually about the doors being closed. So thank you. He did that. But also too, it's really important that, he was the one that mentioned about the doors closing, the portals being closed, the healer medium. This one I ended up learning. This one is really important because this is about also having an angelic or a spiritual guide or deity or someone that you really feel close to actually guarding your portals, or guarding your gate. Think about the 8th chakra there, where you're actually able to function in the other realms at the same time. You want to have like a gatekeeper. This is see how this resonates with you. I do. Like, having a gatekeeper could be a deity, it could be an angel, it could be a Native American guide. It could be however you feel, what's going to work for you. And the importance there is just to help to protect your channels, protect your portals, the gatekeeper. So that's really great to also have. Okay, if you're doing your daily meditations or your daily work, your life purpose, your mission, you're working on people, you're constantly exchanging energy, to have a gatekeeper. So, I hope that these tips have helped people out there. I thought it was going to be a quicker video, but it turned out to be 30 minutes long. You know what? I'm not going to complain about it, because that's how important these things are. And as I'm continuing to learn, I'm going to continue to share more with you guys and how we can go higher and broader with our protection in a world where we have so much shifting going on, and we have these different forces going on. How can we shield ourselves? How can we step into that beautiful unifying source energy? How can we be safe, be an advanced soul, also a twin flame, light worker, and still continue to do our work and be healthy and be well and have enough energy to continue? So let me know if this was helpful. Please share it with somebody if you feel like they can use it. That would be great. Theparanormalpriestess.com. Please leave all your questions and your comments below. And thank you so very much. Remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest lessons, everyone. And take good care. I'll see you soon.